Welcome back to Route Twisk. In this episode, I'm going to take you on a roller coaster ride over the crest of Shan. It is situated on the northern part of the New Territories and a stone's throw away from Shenzhen. So, I've ridden all the way out to Fanling to a place called Shan. At least I think so. I've been up here once, but I was following a friend, so first time I've come here by myself. Let's hope I don't get lost. I think we've got up this fork here. So it's been a hill fire, as usual this time of the year when it's dry. Hi， 早晨。呢度係咪華山呢條路啊？係啊。哦，咁我真係冇行錯啦。OK， 唔該晒。So the chap says I am on the right road. I honestly don't remember it being this open. This part I remember, yes. Yes. So you can see it all along that ridge we're going to go over. Be a little bit careful, as some of it's quite steep. Well, at least it's dry. Hi, 唔該晒. Right, this part is like a really tight hairpin turn. What's oil or something? I don't know, it doesn't look good. That might explain it. Maybe not, it looks quite old actually. Alright, all the way to the top, here we go. Let's get off and have a little walk around. It's amazing, isn't it? You see the division between, I guess this is, by Hong Kong standards, not very well developed, and then right across on that side, that's Shenzhen, China, and we just came along that ridge, I believe. Right, so we came along that ridge. You see it at the fire when I talked about earlier. 40 years ago, that was just paddy fields. Huge progress. I think now the population in Shenzhen is greater than Hong Kong. Of course, that's part of the Greater Bay. And Guangzhou. Okay, let's carry on to the end, along the ridge and down to the other side. I think somebody with more off-road skills can go down this path along there. But yeah, I'm not going to give it a go. I'm absolutely rubbish off-road. Hi, 唔該晒，唔該。唔該，唔該。Now this is supposedly what has a name, right? So and is concreted, and so one assumes this is a proper road, but I don't see how any car can get up here without getting scratched. I mean, my handlebars are barely avoiding getting scraped by the trees on either side. Yeah, oh, this is that steep hill. Okay. Ah, right.唔該，唔該晒，唔該晒，唔該。God, I have to duck my head to get under this stuff. Or at least it feels like it. I'm not as tall as I think. Ah, people come here fly. Let's have a look. I was told they do. Cool. Let's have a look what they're doing. It's something I do, but haven't done for a long time. 早晨，向呢邊飛啊！你哋向呢邊飛啊？哦，OK， 我以為個風向會有影響。但係你有摩打冇所謂嘅。係啊，我哋唔係話長機飛唔到喎呢度。長機飛唔到啊？個風唔啱嘅。Oh. So anyway, the guys, I asked him which direction they're flying, and they said it doesn't matter. So, oh, really? So anyway, I thought this one's like a glider because, but he says you can't fly gliders up here because there's not enough lift from the slope. So both of these are motorized. So as long as they're motorized, they can fly either side. It doesn't matter. So yeah, nice quiet spot to do that. Unless, oh, maybe 你哋係咪而家飛啊？準備啊？哦 good， 咁我影埋啦。But anyway, he says he's dropped one down there somewhere. I have no idea if he's going to go and pick it up, but well, I'm sure he will. Okay, so 啲紅燈係咪閃緊啊？ Okay, right, this gentleman's going to start flying. Let's have a go. So this plane, he told me he used to have an FPV setup. FPV meaning first-person view. So he had a GoPro or some camera on the front, and you can see with the monitor. I guess things you would see normally associate with the quadcopters. So he had the long-distance capability, where you can, well, you basically look at, you're flying like a pilot's eye, right? So you're just looking at his monitor, as if you're sitting in the plane itself. So you can go, well, way beyond line of sight. Probably with a aeroplane, fixed wing, you can, I would say, easily 10 kilometers. And from my understanding, it's pretty sophisticated because they'll have, you know, all sorts of GPS system on it, auto return, things like that. And gyros to stabilize your flight. That's a quite smooth fly, but yeah, pretty calm today. You can see this, the blades of grass are barely moving. Yeah, so I've never really gone across to Shenzhen. Lots of people like to go across for day shopping. You can get some real bargains. So he's more or less gliding. Yeah, nice one. Oh, okay. Now he's telling me he's now building one that will have the capability to reach up to 50 kilometers. So I don't know if he plans to go and survey, you know, the other side of the border, or fly from here to Hong Kong Island, because that's about 50 kilometers. Still, that's pretty impressive considering you've got mountains. You know, I'm sure that affects the signal. These tall buildings can't help. Oh, right. He's saying a lot of interference in Hong Kong. Well, not surprising, you know, the amount of population here, the number of mobile phones, television sets, you name it. It doesn't help, you know. You can see the power pylons going along there. That, I'm sure, has interference. Power pylons in front of us. Wow. Okay. He's saying, I guess in China, where perhaps there's more open space and a bit more less densely populated, people can do like 100 kilometers, I suppose 50 kilometers each way, which is super impressive considering, you know, it's a toy. It's always, I find it always very peaceful watching aeroplanes fly, especially gliders when they make no noise. It's just the trajectory is very smooth and, you know, gentle. To watch. I mean, this is, whoa, oh, it's coming in fast. I thought it was going for me. Okay, well, that's great. Thank you. So let's carry on. I'll need some petrol sooner or later. Thank you, gentlemen.
Okay, see you next time.
See you next time. It's like a roller coaster ride, this. Mamana? Oh, 加油加油加油加油 oh yeah, oh yeah. This guy must be 70. Well fit. We're coming into Painchair Village, I believe.好嘢喎，踩到上嚟呢度。你幾多歲啊？66啊。Oh, okay. 好嘢。Oh yeah, 66 years old, this guy. Yeah, well done. 叫我去到第二邊去飲茶咯喎。Okay, good. 慢慢行。I wasn't far off. I said he was 70, he says he's 66, so... Whoa, right in the flight path. 我決定我行返轉頭，呢條路太好玩啦。係啊，係啊。等我兜，冇問題，我行。唔該晒。I don't know if you can appreciate how steep this road is. So I wouldn't want to try it when it's wet. So this is pretty steep. I seriously doubt you can get up here on a road bike. I mean a road bicycle, I mean, with a taller gearing. You definitely need a mountain bike with a lower gearing before you can manage that. Alright, we're back to this squashed car. I'm pretty sure this is oil, but thankfully a bit dried up. Oh sugar, the bike's stuttering, don't tell me I'm running out of petrol. Let's switch off the engine and coast, saying save some fuel. Took a gamble coming back this way, but hopefully it's worth it. The thing with silent motor vehicles, nobody can hear you. So I'm not so sure if an electric motorcycle is going to be good or bad, at least from a safety point of view. But I do have my lights on, so not entirely blind. You know what? Because I had the petrol tank off to do some maintenance, and I could have, yeah, some petrol did spill out, but I didn't think it was a lot. I didn't think it would affect my range this much. So we're going past the Fanling Golf Club. I believe this is past, or at least good enough for a PGA tournament, but I cannot be sure. I don't play golf. So we're heading back to Shekong, at the bottom of Shan. I'm sure you've heard this name many times, but you know, Hong Kong is only a small place, so please excuse me, but bear with me. Hopefully you will catch some nuggets here and there. So yeah, I managed to follow petrol, happy as Larry. Well, down there's a proper motocross track run by Angus. Angus can even rent you different sized motorcycles, even quads. And I've seen a lot of children go, you know, kids parties. My son's been there, you know, when he was younger. But I'm a hypocrite. I've been riding more than 34 years, but I don't know, somehow I wouldn't want to see my son on a motorbike. Well, I raised my hand. Although he likes engines, you know, guys typically, and even to a certain extent my daughter too. She kind of finds you know, me tinkering quite interesting, and wants to know what's going on, which is great. There's absolutely no reason, of course, why girls can't be mechanics. In fact, you know, if we do buy any sort of self-assembled furniture, it's usually my daughter who, you know, barges to the front of the queue and wants to assemble it herself. So good on her. So you saw earlier in the video, I also, you know, fly remote control planes and so on and so forth. My friends ask, oh, your kids must be really interested, you know, to have a dad who does all that. But I find the exact opposite, actually. It's because I do it that they kind of think, yeah, it's boring, no interest to learn. It could be to a certain extent, you know, I mean, the business I'm in, I find anyway, you see, you know, quite a lot of times, second generation, third generation have no interest in taking over the family business, and this is often a headache for the patriarch or matriarch, is to find the right successor. Often the younger kids just, yeah, they maybe been there, done that, seen it, they want to chart their own course rather than follow the family footpath. You know, some of them want to be doctors, nurses, accountants, fine, you know. And often, you know, the older businesses tend to be, or they seem to be, not so sexy, you know. Maybe the family made their fortune in trading rice, or I don't know, owning a fleet of fishing boats. And the younger generation, yeah, they just want to be internet savvy. They want to do their whatever YouTube channels. Yeah, none of it. This doesn't appeal. look, I guess at the end of the day, do whatever you feel is right, right? Nobody can tell you otherwise. I've seen the opposite too, you know, where children are coerced or pressured into, you know, carry on the family tradition in whatever business they happen to be in, and yeah, they make lots of money, but sometimes you can see they're just miserable as hell. I'll give you a real life example. So a friend of mine, he's actually a neurosurgeon because, well, guess what? Both his parents were doctors. Super smart guy. And at 30, he said, you know what? Dad, Mom, sorry. I'm just going to do my own thing. And he became a fashion designer and quite successful at it too. So good on him. Oh, it's cold. I want my hot cup of tea. Ah, fellow bikers. I wonder where they went. And these guys look fully kitted out and sure would have the probably skill levels to ride or whatever tracks they want to go on. I don't want to drop this bike. I know it's not worth very much money, but I spent a lot of time making it look pretty, so I wanted to stay pretty. I know from my older friends, they said, you know, in the old days, there was no restrictions anywhere. You can just ride your motorbike, go up and down all over these hills. Nobody cared. But I suppose just like in England, you know, with the health and safety, everywhere is, you know, cordoned off, fenced, gated. You need a license this and a license that. I think the word they use in England is what, nanny state? Ah, right, you can see that knoll of a hill there. That's the top of Kaduri Farm, which I mentioned in the past with the geothermal activity. Not to be confused with earthquakes. I think I mentioned in a previous video. There is a vent of hot air, or more like warm air, which comes up. So you see left and right a lot of scrap yards, you know, or machinery hiring, cranes and so on and so forth. And if you want to pick up spare parts, in the old days I know like a lot of cut up army surplus out here, you know, so if you're into Land Rover Defenders, for example, whatever, you'd probably be able to pick up some really good spare parts here. Front end of cars, back end of cars. I wonder if they actually weld them together and put, and who knows, I mean, it's technically possible. Right, I'm near the tea and I'm thirsty. Today is the, I think, 17th of December. Yes, 17th of December. Thursday, so I've taken Thursday off again to clear my holidays. Still got a few more to carry over for next year, which is okay, at least the minimum, or not more than the maximum I'm allowed to carry over, which is great. Right, we're at Yao Tea Place now. Fantastic. Thank you so much for watching Route Twist. Please like and subscribe, and looking forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye.